Friends, it's my privilege to join you again, this time to talk about the 60 Days of Prayer and how to use this guide. My name is Tom Albin. I'm the Dean of the Upper Room Chapel and co-chair, along with the Reverend Dr. Denise McGinnis, of the General Conference Prayer Ministry team. It's my joy to be a part of this experience and to help create this 60-day of prayer resource. It's available for download in French, in English, Kiswahili, Portuguese, Spanish, and Korean. In fact, by the time you go to the website, there may be other language versions available. Those are free. There's a small fee if you'd like the text for your Kindle or e-reader, $1.99 for a download to read it in that format. And for those of you who still, like me, prefer to hold a book, it's available, the 60 Days of Prayer is available for about $6, print on demand. But today, what I want to do is talk about what's in the guide and how to use it. So, the guide and table of contents has a brief outline for how to use this in a small group, prayer group, Sunday school class setting. There are meditations for the General Conference during the 40 days along the themes of proclaim, lead, nurture, and send. Those meditations are drawn from men and women, Hispanic, African American, Euro American, all around, folks who have written for us at the Upper Room and have given us permission to include their meditations those 40 days around those four themes. Then we come to the General Conference itself, and each meditation there is written by one of the bishops who will be leading worship that particular day. For this little conversation, I've chosen the meditation for May the 19th on the text Matthew 10, 5 to 15. And it's written by John Yambasu, one of our bishops from Africa. Then the table of contents ends with 9 days of prayer reflections for after the conference was over, and as people travel home, and as we live into the implications of the decisions we've made for the next quadrennium. I hope you'll find that helpful. And also, at the very last, you'll find a little instruction on how to use a finger labyrinth as another way to pray in the great tradition of the church. So here's my suggestion. You can use this in your family or in your small group or even in a larger context of prayer. First, the text for this meditation, May the 19th, near the end of the General Conference, is Matthew 10, 5 to 13. During the small group experience, have 3 different people read the text. The first time through, have the person read in a slow, deliberate, meditative fashion. Then when the reading is over, ask this question: what word or phrase stands out to you? Simply go around the group and let the people share their word or phrase. Listen intently to what they have to say. Ask them not to elaborate, but just to enter that text at the attentiveness level. The second time, have a different person in the group read the same scripture. Then, when they've finished reading, ask this question: how did this text, this reading, make you feel? How does it impact you, touch you, move you? And then let people share in a few sentences, a paragraph, how did this text impact us? Then the third time, ask a third person. It's always good to have some variety between men and women voices, younger and older voices, and have a third reader read the text. This time, the third time, ask this question: what is the invitation or beckoning in your heart? What is the Spirit inviting or drawing you to do now that you've heard this text? Something you could put into practice in the next 3 days. Allow folks to share that, their beckoning or sense of calling in response to the text, in this case, going to the lost sheep. Now, having done that, before you close in prayer, read the meditation by Bishop Yambasu and see how his reflection on that scripture informs, challenges, broadens, interacts with your own. Then, having done that, invite each person to pray for the person on their right. And so each one prays for the person on their right until you've finished, and then together pray aloud Bishop Yambasu's prayer. This is a very simple, practical, meaningful way to use the 60-day guide for prayer. And then at the end, if there are insights that you want to dialogue or discuss, that's fine too. The important thing is to engage our hearts and minds with one another in prayer for and with the leaders of our church in these difficult, challenging days in our world. Thank you for sharing this time together, and I look forward to praying with you for these 60 days. I'll be using it in English. Your language may be one of the others. And all around the world, 13 million United Methodists will be praying together before, during, and after the General Conference. God bless you. I look forward to joining you in prayer.